Bombay, 1959. It was a time of grand romance, glamour, and high society scandals. But for one naval officer, love and betrayal would soon collide, turning his world upside down. And trust me, this one's a real doozy. Welcome to Fatal Trust, where we dive into the juiciest stories of love, lies, and, well, you know, murder. Today we're diving into a case that shook an entire country and had everyone asking, is it okay to shoot your wife's lover? Asking for a friend? A naval officer, his wife, and her lover. Sounds like the setup for a romance novel, right? Only, this story ends with one of them 6 feet under. And no, it's not who you think. Let's start with Commander Kawas Nanavati, a dashing naval officer, war hero, and, by all accounts, the kind of man you trust to steer a ship and a marriage. He and his British-born wife Sylvia seemed to be living the dream. That is, until a certain third wheel showed up. But as with any perfect marriage, cracks started to form. Only, these cracks were big enough to drive a warship through. Enter Prem Ahuja, a businessman who, let's just say, didn't quite have the same moral compass as our commander. While Kawas was off defending the nation, Prem was defending, well, let's just say Sylvia's interest.
Oh no!
Now Sylvia, like any good 1950s housewife, kept things under wraps for a while. But one day, after years of secrecy, the truth finally came out. And let's just say things were about to get very messy. When Commander Nanavati confronted Sylvia, she confessed to her affair with Prem Ahuja. And Kawas? Well, let's just say he wasn't the forgiving type. Instead of couples therapy, he opted for something a little more permanent. On the day of the crime, Kawas Nanavati did what any betrayed husband would do. He drove straight to Prem Ahuja's apartment, but not before stopping at his naval base to pick up his service revolver. Because, you know, priorities. When Nanavati arrived, he didn't mince words. According to witnesses, he confronted Prem with 3 simple questions. Do you intend to marry Sylvia? Will you take care of my children? And how fast can you dodge bullets? Okay, maybe not the last one, but the point stands. It was in this heated moment that Nanavati made a decision that would forever change the course of his life. Prem Ahuja, according to Nanavati's account, gave him some nonchalant, less than satisfactory answers. And in that split second, 3 shots rang out. Ahuja was dead, and just like that, a crime of passion became a national sensation. Now, here's where things get really spicy. Nanavati didn't flee. Nope, he went straight to the police and turned himself in, cool as a cucumber. Because, you know, what's a little murder between gentlemen? The trial that followed was nothing short of dramatic. On one side, you had the sympathetic naval officer, a man who'd fought for his country, betrayed by his wife. On the other side, the cold hard facts. A man was dead, and Kawas Nanavati had pulled the trigger. Now, you'd think this was a simple case, right? Guy kills wife's lover. Guilty. But no. Think again. This was the trial that had everyone talking. The press loved it. The public loved it. Even Bollywood loved it. The court was packed with spectators, and the jury? Well, they didn't exactly follow the script. In a shocking twist, the jury found Nanavati not guilty, because apparently, if you're a handsome naval officer with a tragic story, you get a free pass on the whole murder thing. Of course, the prosecution wasn't about to let that slide. The case was appealed to the Bombay High Court, where the jury's verdict was overturned and Nanavati was sentenced to life imprisonment. But don't worry, this isn't the end of the story. After serving just 3 years, Nanavati was pardoned by the governor of Maharashtra, thanks to public and political support. Because, nothing says, "Oops, my bad," like a presidential pardon. This case didn't just capture the imagination of a nation, it changed the Indian legal system forever. In fact, this was the case that led to the abolition of jury trials in India. That's right. They were like, "We don't trust juries anymore after this one," and decided to do away with them altogether. And there you have it. The story of how one love triangle led to a murder, a national frenzy, and a complete overhaul of the legal system. Well, I guess it's just another day at Fatal Trust, where love may be blind, but bullets are not. Remember to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what would you have done in Nanavati's shoes. Oh, and maybe leave the revolver at home.